Hello and welcome to Mr.ClixFlix. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Clicks, working every day to bring you the best Heroclix channel available on YouTube. And in today's video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the much requested Nul from the Fear Itself set. I've had a bunch of requests to do a figure review on this guy, and I was finally able to acquire one almost at the very end of the set of the event. So here's the review for it. He is number 32 in the set. He has two different point values, 300 points and 200 points. He's a super rare. His keywords are Asgardian, Brute, Deity, the Worthy. His opening dial is a 10 movement with charge, 12 attack with super strength, 19 defense with impervious and indomitability, 5 damage with a special, 4 range, 1 lightning bolt, the giant symbol, and a trait. And the opening dial for the 200 point version is 10 movement with charge, 11 attack with super strength, 18 defense, impervious, indomitable still, 5 damage with a special, 4 range, 1 lightning bolt, giant symbol, and the trait still. So his trait is Nul can use running shot, and then the same as everybody else. When he gets KO'd, you place that character's hammer in adjacent square. Friendly characters modify their relic roll by +1 for the game. The special on the damage is called Monstrous Breath, and it says when Nul makes a ranged combat attack, modify his damage value by -1. Nul's other powers can't be countered. So that's big. It means that outwit is not a concern for this guy, which is huge. It's sort of like a pseudo power cosmic. I like that power a lot. Some of the other powers that he gets that aren't on his top dials are invulnerability, toughness, and battle fury, and that's it. Nul ends up being 11 clicks long, and he has a revert click on click number, let me see here, click number 6 is the first place it shows up, where you can change him into a figure of equal or lesser points named Hulk and assign that character Nul's hammer. And if you can get a hold of a correct Hulk where it gets stronger the more damage it takes, that really could be a big help. So that's a good one. So let's go ahead and talk about ratings. I'm going to give this guy 2 ratings, one for 300 point constructed and another for Fear Itself sealed. And he's actually going to get a few different ratings since he has 2 different point levels. So for 300 point constructed for the 300 point dial, I don't really like one-man armies for competitive play. They get out actioned. He can't really be outwitted, but he can be picked apart with Psychic Blast, which is what I did to an opponent that was using him in my Fear Itself Month 5 event. Is I just Psychic Blasted him to death. And that 4 range isn't a lot, and he doesn't have a lot of ways to cover a lot of ground on the map. So I would probably give him 2 out of 5 for 300 point constructed at 300 points. Now his 200 point dial, however, is a totally different story, at least in my opinion. He still has that massive 10 movement, and he only takes one stat off for the attack and the defense, and I think maybe his damage too. Nope, his damage stays the same. So he only loses 1 on his attack and 1 on his defense, and you save 100 points that way. So you can afford to run him with a little bit of support, and he still can't have his powers outwitted. So I really like this dial a lot more. I would probably give him 3 out of 5 for 300 point constructed at the 200 point level. you know, 100 points leaves you with a little bit so that you can run a cheap TK figure with them, or you can run him with, you know, a resource to help him and a cheap character to carry him. Well, not carry him because he has a giant symbol. So really, you're kind of hard put for moving this guy around because he's giant. So you know that's difficult. You can't really TK and you can't really do anything else with him. You could maybe stuff him in a bat cycle and then have Shatterstar teleport him across the map and then set him down. But some people would cry foul for that sort of thing. But I like him a lot. I'm sure that somebody out there a little smarter than me will be able to come up with a good way to put him on a 300-point team. So I would give him 3 out of 5 for constructed at 200 points and 2 out of 5 for 300-point constructed at 300 points. Now the for Fear Itself Sealed, I'm grading him off 400 points because that's what my venue's been doing. I would give him 3 out of 5 for 300 points. Leaves you a little bit of room to put some support in there with him. And he's nasty on in Sealed. And at 200 points, I'm going to give him 4 out of 5 just because he makes it so that you can still have 200 points for another worthy figure or some other heavy hitter that you can run them with and just make it so that they can't really concentrate on one person, which would just be nasty. So 4 out of 5 at 200 points in Sealed and 3 out of 5 for 300 points in Sealed. That's all I have for you guys today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to view my Heroclix videos as they become available. Until next time, please remember that it's only a critical miss if you don't have probability control. Bye.